Welcome to Los Angeles, a city where dreams meet the Pacific Ocean. Known to millions simply as LA, this sprawling metropolis is the creative heartbeat of the world, a place where art, culture, and innovation converge beneath endless sunshine. Here, skyscrapers rise beside palm-lined streets, and just beyond them, the Hollywood Hills stand as a symbol of ambition where countless stars have been born, and just as many have come to chase their shot at greatness. Los Angeles is more than its fame. It's a living mosaic of cultures, languages, and traditions. From the surf and street art of Venice Beach to the Latin heartbeat of Olvera Street, every corner of the city tells its own story. Here, cultures don't just coexist, they blend, shaping a rhythm that's uniquely Los Angeles. Food, music, and art spill into the streets, reflecting a city built by dreamers from around the world, each leaving their mark on the soul of LA. By day, the city hums with creativity, filmmaker designers, and dreamers shaping what world we'll see next. By night, it glows, an endless sea of lights stretching from the mountains to the oceans. Home to nearly 4 million people, Los Angeles is the second largest city in the United States. But in influence, it often feels like the first. From global entertainment to groundbreaking technology, it's a city forever in motion, reinventing itself with every sunrise. This is Los Angeles, a mosaic of cultures, ideas, and possibilities. A place that reminds us that no dream is too big and no horizon too far. Welcome everybody to episode 1, leg number 1 of the Around the Globe 2026 edition here on the Minnesota Sports Fan channel. So happy for you to be here to come along with us on this amazing journey. Today we're taking the Boeing FlightFactor 777 V2 down from Seattle to Los Angeles, California as our first stop on this amazing trip. And we are going to be looking at about a 2-hour flight on our way down to Los Angeles. And we are going to be kicking off our leg with a U.S. domestic flight, and then we will be leaving the U.S. coast, and we will be heading our way across the Pacific Ocean on a 14-hour trek to Sydney, Australia. So just wanted to, again, thank you all for being here. And this is going to be an amazing journey. We've got a lot of amazing flights in line, many cities on this path that I have yet to fly to myself in the sim, and I'm excited to bring you all along with me. All right, well, let's jump into the cockpit. We are going to go ahead and get the fuel, cargo, passengers, and catering all loaded up here. We're going to go down to the FMC. And once we get loaded up here, we're going to go ahead and get our IRS position. But first here, let's go KSEA, sitting here in Seattle. Now we'll go ahead and do our IRS alignment, drop that down, perfect. Over to route, we're going KSEA. And then we're heading over to Los Angeles, KLAX. For every flight in this journey, we're going to be American Airlines 4523. Go ahead and drop that in. Very good. I'm still holding short runway 16 center. And then we're going to be departing runway 16 left, as we already got our clearance from. from Seattle
United
Tower.
549. Contact tower on 119.9
Alright, so now for
departure
perf
clear.
and nit, we're going to go ahead and enter in our values here.
Seattle ground, United 549, request crossing runway 16 left.
Our zero fuel weight for today's flight's going to be 386.4. Drop that in. And then we're going to go 2,000 pounds on the reserve fuel. And we're going to be flying at a flight level of 41,000 feet. And then we're going to go ahead over here to the thrust. We're going to do a takeoff plus cell temperature of 53 degrees. Very good. And then we'll go over to the takeoff RAF. We're going to go flaps 5 for departure. And then we will go ahead and wait to enter in our V speeds as we are still waiting for all of our weights and balances to get entered in and on board. Alright, we'll go down here to the cabin interface. We'll get a hold of ground.
Sir. Fuel has been put in.
Alright, fuel is done. Very good. And now we're just waiting for the cargo, passengers, and baggage. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to go enter in our flight route. We're going to be departing runway 16 left today from Seattle. We're going to be taking the Summa 2 departure. Activate that. And we'll go back over here. We see our V speeds. We'll go ahead and enter these in right now. We'll have to go back and probably adjust those once we get all of our weights in and finalized. We'll get that plus 53 back in there. And then, like I said, we'll probably come back one more time to these V speeds just to verify once we get our load sheet here. All right, let's go over to the route page here. So like I said, we're taking the Summa 2 departure out of Seattle. We're going to go over to our flight plan here, and we'll go ahead and start entering our waypoints. All right, we're going to be on the airway Q7 today's flight, and the Jaguar, and now Burgle. We'll execute that. We'll go back over to takeoff. We're going to go over to the arrival. So for the arrival today into LA, we're going to be on the Ermin 2 arrival for runway 24 right. There we go, Ermin 2. And we'll be on that Burgle transition. Alright, so go back over to our flight plan here. We're going to go ahead and just get rid of a few things that we don't need. I'm just kind of looking through the flight plan. Go ahead and get rid of that vector. We'll go ahead and vector ourselves in. Alright, perfect. So now let's take a look at the flight plan here. So looking at the route here into Los Angeles. Alright, so at the Kobe transition, not liking what I see there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and adjust this. Let's see here. Just looking at my other monitor here for what waypoint we could possibly go ahead and enter in. Alright, so it looks like we're going to go from... Looks like we're going to do Gato, Fengi, and then Booby, and then we're going to be making our way in towards runway 24 right. So just taking a look at this here, it's going to be a much better approach as we make our way in. There's Fengi. We'll execute that. Okay, perfect. So now looking at it, now you can see our approach here is much better. All right, perfect. So now we're just waiting for passengers to get on board. Once passengers are all on board, we'll go ahead and take a look one more time at our takeoff sheet for our weights and balances, make sure everything is good to go. We'll make any adjustments we can, and we'll be calling for pushback. All right, a couple of quick facts on today's flights. Today from Seattle to Los Angeles, we're looking at a flight level of 41,000 feet for a total distance of 873 nautical miles. We are looking at a little over 2 hours, 2 hours and 8 minutes on airtime, 2 hours and 36 gate to gate, 320 passengers on board. We are a full flight down to Los Angeles today. We are also expecting a foggy arrival, pretty hazy right now in Los Angeles, but winds are light. All right, looks like we're getting a call here from the purser. We'll go ahead and see what she has for us.
I am listening.
Sir, we have completed the boarding.
Thank you.
All right, boarding is complete, so we'll go ahead and take this load sheet. Pop it over here. We'll take a quick look and just see if anything needs to be adjusted. It looks like our zero fuel weight needs to be adjusted in the FMC, so we'll pop down here, open up our perf init. There we go. And yep, we're gonna go ahead and adjust that to the new value that we got from the load sheet. And then with that, our takeoff speeds will be deleted, so we'll go back one more time and we will adjust our takeoff speeds. Looks like they just were adjusted a little bit from 143 now to 145. Perfect. All right, so we'll go back over here to the EFB. We'll go ahead and read that that flight briefing.
Ready, sir. The pre-flight is done.
All right, and through the magic of editing, we can move forward here to requesting those hatches to be closed
Gladly.
and removing all ground equipment.
Please close all hatches and remove all personnel. We are ready to pressurize the hydraulics.
Of course, sir. Pressurize.
Okay, so now we will go over to the tablet down here, and we will ask the purser to close all doors and arm all doors.
Yes?
Doors to armed mode.
All right, perfect.
Please.
Aye, sir.
All right, so we'll go ahead and
Are in
start
automatic position.
pressurizing the cabin, getting ready for our final pushback here. Procedures to be done. And we're just about ready to get pushed back from the gate.
Canada 266 readback, correct?
Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. Thank you for your attention. It's time to get you ready for takeoff.
We'll switch engine number 2 over to
We
ground.
know you have lots of choices, so thanks for choosing American.
We'll watch the
We're happy
N1
to
rise.
be
When it
your
gets to
airline.
25%, we'll go ahead and
Now, if
introduce
you'll
the
just
fuel.
follow along with me, we'll be on our way.
All right, there's 25%. Fuel has been
Welcome
introduced.
aboard.
Let
Before we
those
depart, here are some important safety
let that engine
instructions.
spool up.
First things first, let's buckle those belts. Insert the metal end into the buckle and pull the strap to tighten. To open, simply lift on the top of the buckle. And remember, seatbelts should be fastened whenever you're seated. Just in
Gotta
case
love the sound of these
unexpected
FlightFactor
turbulence.
engines they have on the
To get us on our
777.
way, make sure your seat is up, all electronic devices are put away, and your tray table is stowed. If you have a carry-on, push it all the way under the seat in front of you. If it won't fit, place it in the overhead bin. If you have a handheld
All right, once engine number
device,
2 becomes
please switch it
stable,
to
we
airplane
will
mode now.
do the same with engine number 1.
You'll find our full electronic device policy in the back of your American Way. U.S. law prohibits smoking, including electronic cigarettes, at
Over to
any
ground.
time. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying smoke detectors in the lavatories may result in a fine. U.S. law requires all to comply with lighted and posted signs and crew member instructions. Now let's review the safety card. Please pay close attention, and before you know it, we'll be off.
And
All
now that
exits
it's
on this
over
airplane are
25%,
clearly
we will
marked. Take a
introduce
moment to locate the
fuel to
nearest
engine number
one.
1.
Keep in mind, it may be behind you.
Delta 536, push and start approved, tail north.
All exits have evacuation slides to use in an emergency. When directed to exit, jump onto the slide and move away from the airplane. Some slides may also be used as a raft, except those over the wings. You'll find the exact location on your safety card. This aircraft is designed with escape lighting.
Those
on
engines
or near
spooling
the
up
floor.
just sound
A sign
amazing
will
on this
indicate
plane.
You have reached your exit.
They do have other
In the event
variants
of an
available, other
evacuation,
engine
escape
options, I
hatch
should
lighting
say.
will appear.
I have
Follow the lights
not
until
partaken
you've
in
reached
getting
your
any of
exit.
those.
Leave all
I really
carry-ons
don't feel
behind.
like it's
Just head
necessary. I
quickly
think
and
these engines
safely to
are
the
absolutely
nearest exit.
fantastic.
And don't forget,
It's
it
probably
may
one of
be
the best sounding
behind you.
engines in X-Plane.
Now, if the airplane loses pressure,
Alright, we'll set that parking brake. We'll go up top here. We'll go ahead and
remaining
turn
seated with your
on
seatbelt
our engine left
fastened,
and right
hold
limiter.
down on the mast
We'll,
to
should
extend
have
the
turned on those
tubing.
fuel pumps already. We
The
got them
yellow
on
cup
now.
goes over
Good
your
there.
nose and mouth like so. Then slip
And in
the
just a
band
moment, we'll
over
go
your
ahead
head
and
to
turn
secure
off the
mask to
APU.
your face. The band adjusts automatically. Normal breathing will start the flow of
Get that last
oxygen.
engine
And
pump on. There you
remember
go.
to always put your own mask on first before helping others.
And we'll
Life
disconnect the
vests are
tug.
located either under or next to your seat. To remove the
We'll get our
vest, pull the
sets,
tab
our
or
flaps
the
set to 5
perpendicular to
degrees,
break the
and we'll
seal.
test our speed
For
brake.
help locating them, see your safety card. Remove the vest from the package like this. Put the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach the buckle, and pull tight. Once outside, pull the tab to inflate your vest or blow into the red tube on the side. In the water, a light on your vest will illuminate. And please, only inflate your vest outside the airplane. Now, your seat cushion may be used as a flotation
Okay, we'll get our
device.
lights on
Just
here for
remove
taxi.
the lower cushion and put your arms through the straps found on the opposite side. The crew will now be coming around to do a final cabin check. After takeoff, we'll be back with more information. And if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. As always,
Just
we're here
doing
to make
one
your
final
flight
check up
safe.
top here before we turn off the APU. APU bleed can come off, and the APU can come off. And we're going to go ahead and ask for clearance to taxi to runway 16 left. Set that trim, 3.5, 3.5. Seattle ground. American 4523 ready to taxi to runway 16 left. Alright, we'll get our LNAV, VNAV on. And we're just waiting to hear back from ground.
American 4523 Heavy, Seattle ground, runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo, Charlie.
Taxi via Bravo Charlie for American 4523 Heavy. Alright, so we got our taxi clearance. And in just a moment, we'll be on our way out to our departure runway. Alright, parking brake is off, and ladies and gentlemen, let's get started. The Around the Globe 2026 edition. First flight, Seattle to Los Angeles. Over 40,000 miles upcoming. 13 amazing flights. 13 amazing destinations. And I'm glad you all decided to come along this great journey with me.
Welcome to Seattle. Contact ground on 121.7.
Ground point 7, United 299. I heard you. Ground 121.7, United 299.
Seattle Tower, American 4523, holding short runway 16 left, ready for departure.
American 4523 Heavy, Seattle Tower, runway 16 left, winds 360 at 3. RNAV Nevjo, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff for American 4523 Heavy.
Approaching 16 left.
Alright, we'll get ourselves lined up here on 16 left.
Tower, Delta 3112 Heavy, established at left runway 1.
On runway
Delta 3112
16
Heavy,
left.
roger. Alaska 1234, welcome to Seattle. Contact ground on 121.7.
Alaska 1234,
Alright, ladies and gentlemen,
contact
here we
ground
go.
121.7.
We are cleared for takeoff. Throttles to 40%. Sight forward down pressure on the yoke. Airspeed's alive. V1. And rotate.
Tower, Lufthansa 490 going around.
Positive rate, gear up.
Lufthansa 490 Heavy, execute missed approach procedure. Contact approach on 119.2. Lufthansa 490 Heavy, welcome to Seattle. Contact ground on 121.7.
We are on our way to Los Angeles.
Lufthansa 490.
American 4523 Heavy, contact departure on 119.2.
Contact departure on 119.2 for American 4523 Heavy. Seattle departure American 4523 Heavy, climbing flight level 3000.
American 4523 Heavy, Seattle departure, radar contact. Climb and maintain flight level 270, direct Sunma.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, direct Sunma for American 4523 Heavy. Alright, so I'm going to switch over the radio controls to my first officer, and I'm just going to focus on flying the plane. Again, I am using Say Intentions. If you have any interest in Say Intentions and want to know more about it, I do have a video on my channel that I posted a few weeks back. Actually, a couple months ago now, actually. So go ahead and check that out, and leave any questions in the comments if you have any.
American 4523 Heavy, direct Nevjo, then is filed, please.
Departure for Lot 1961, direct Suma, and climb to flight level 250. I will ident again 6165, Lot 1961. Lot 1961, confirm squawk and ident.
Latest 961, confirm squawking 6165, mode C and ident again.
Climb and maintain flight level 280. American 4523 Heavy.
Flight level 230, American 409. Repeating repeat the instructions, please, American 409. Level 230, American 409.
American 409er, say again your requested altitude.
4523, General Cargo 472 Heavy, goodbye.
American 4523 Heavy, Seattle Center, climb and maintain flight level 400.
Climb and maintain flight level 400. American 4523 Heavy.
SoCal approach. Good afternoon, Los Angeles.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are on our
300.
descent
Expect
into
the ILS
Los
runway
Angeles.
24
We
right
are just
approach into Los
passing
Angeles.
14,000 feet as we are making our way into LAX this afternoon. Winds are going to be calm, but we do have haze to deal with. Right now we are a little high on our approach, so we're actually going to just manage our speed out of VNAV. You can see over here we're already descending at 2,200 feet manually. And we're just going to be controlling our speed coming down. If we do need to take a longer vector outward, we will, to make sure we have enough time to bleed off this altitude and manage our speed. So we'll be just fine coming in, but as you can see out in front of us, the way it looks here as we're descending down through 13,000 feet, it is a layer of haze beneath us. So should make for an interesting approach as we are ending our first flight here in Around the Globe 2026.
Descend and maintain 8,300. Right heading 100 for vectors ILS runway 24.
All right, I'm going to throw out a little bit of flap here just to kind of help maintain our speed and slow us down here a little bit.
Heavy.
Again, we are high on approach here, so I'm just really watching what our altitude and our speed are doing. As you can see on our screen in front of us here, we are going to be making our final turn here in about 5 to 7 miles to get in line with the runway. So we really want to make sure that we are on track for the approach here. And if we need to vector out further, we certainly will. We're just going to kind of see what we're doing here. I think what happened was the VNAV got a little confused with our altitude of 41,000 feet and starting descent a little too late. I'm thinking that's one of the issues that we've experienced with this FlightFactor 777 is the VNAV continuing to just needing to be worked on. But luckily, it is possible to just take over manually and fly this bird on down to the ground on its own manually rather than relying on VNAV to take us all the way down.
United 627. Climb and maintain flight level 300.
Flight level 300, United 627.
United 627. Climb and maintain flight level 330.
Flight level 330, United 627.
All right, so just as I was suspecting, we are going to have to go ahead and deviate from our flight path here and just venture out a little further out from the airport so we can make our way into the approach with the right altitude and speed. So we're just going to be vectoring around, and pretty soon we'll be in line with the runway here for 24 right into Los Angeles.
Switching to Los Angeles Tower on 120.905. American 4523, heavy. Los Angeles Tower, American 4523, heavy, good afternoon. We're established on the ILS for runway 24 right approach.
American 4523 Heavy, Los Angeles Tower, roger, continue approach runway 24 right.
All right, we're coming up on 5,000 feet, looking good. Remember I talked about that haze? Yeah, we're in the thick of it. So visibility, it says here to my tablet on my left that visibility is 4 miles. So we should be seeing the ground here pretty soon. Actually, I can start seeing it off here to our left. So we're just going to be following our flight directors in.
28 heavy.
And I'm just going to set our altitude at 2,200 right now. And in just a moment, we'll go ahead and be right in line with the runway, and then coming up here in a few miles, I'll be taking over and flying in manually. Let's go gear down. That'll help bleed off some of the speed as the plane is having a little hard time slowing down. Just taking a look at my final waypoints here and the altitudes for each.
American 4523 Heavy, Los Angeles Tower, winds 290 at 4, runway 24 right, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 24 right, American 4523
Alright, we'll set that speed brake
heavy.
and we have been cleared to land. I'm going to go ahead and dial up our final landing speed of 142. Currently at 2,700 feet. And we're about 6 miles up from the runway. And as soon as I have runway visual, I'm going to be going and taking over the plane.
007 Charlie Golf. Car departure, November 007 Charlie Golf. 2,000.
And here we go.
4,000.
My airplane. Turn off our auto throttle. Disengage that annoying alarm one more time. And we're going to be hand flying it in. And I see our runway out in front of us. We'll go flaps full.
Delta 356, contact departure.
Contact departure, Delta 356.
JetBlue 632 headed over to departure. Thank you.
Delta 1318, contact departure on 124.3.
1,000.
Crash check.
400. 300. 200. Approaching minimums.
American 452,
Continue.
contact departure.
Emergency recall for tower request
IFR clearance in Hamburg.
50. 40. 30. 20.
Just hold the flare, hold the flare. And we are down. Alright, reverses out. Let that nose come down gently. And we'll just let her roll on out. Alright, 80 knots, reverse restored.
Contact ground on 121.75.
Switch over to manual braking.
Switching to ground on 121.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome down
American
to Los
4523
Angeles.
heavy.
Overall, great approach. So the descent into Los Angeles was a little spicy. We had to take that outward approach into our final vector, but overall not too bad.
American 4523 Heavy, Los Angeles ground. Taxi to Terminal 4, Gate 8A via Victor. Hold short of runway 6 right, then Delta, Lima, Charlie, Charlie 9.
All right, so we'll vacate off here to the left, and once we get
Terminal 4, Gate 8 Alpha via Victor.
completely off the
Hold short of
runway,
runway 6 right, then Delta,
we'll come
Lima,
to a complete
Charlie,
stop. We'll
Charlie
clean up our
9.
flaps or
American
spoilers
4523 heavy.
and get that APU started. All right, go up top, get that APU going. Landing lights can come off. LA ground, American 4523, holding short, runway 6 right, ready to cross.
American 4523 Heavy, cross runway 6 right, then continue taxi via Delta Lima Charlie.
Taxi via Lima Alpha Charlie for American 4523. There, get those flaps cleaned up, and we will go ahead and get ourselves taxied to the gate. Looks like it was 2 hours and 18 minutes on our flight time today. Not too bad. Just a little bit shorter than what our next flight will be. Our next flight is going to be Los Angeles to Sydney, just over 14 hours. Now, to put that into perspective, so my longest flight I've ever done doing this hobby in flight sim was this past spring of 2025. And that was from San Francisco to Tokyo. And it was just over 10.5 hours. This next one, when I film it, probably going to have to be an overnight flight. I don't know if I'm willing to get up at 3 a.m. and be taken off at 4 a.m. so I can be landed by 8 or 9 p.m. at night. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But kind of setting things up in the evening and doing an overnight flight doesn't sound half bad. The only problem with that is I always have a hard time sleeping because I'm always wondering, how's our flight doing, right? Like, how is the investment of time that I put in earlier going, right? So it's just one of those things that you can certainly do an overnight flight, but you already know ahead of time that it's not going to be a great night's sleep. So we'll see. There's some options on the table, let's just say that. So, but that will be our next flight. We're going to be, like I said, Los Angeles to Sydney, and from Sydney we're heading to Perth, and onward we go around the globe. So this series is going to be a lot of fun. It's something I've been wanting to do all year. I'm excited to finally get it underway, and I don't think it's going to be an annual series. I think if anything it'll be like a biannual, so maybe in 2028 we'll do a different path and kind of see what aircraft we want to take. For this particular year I do want to take the 777 everywhere, so it is going to be a mixture of long hauls and medium range flights. So it'll be fun to really just use this plane. I am going to use the American livery the entire time just to kind of keep things simple for me. I know there's going to be parts of the world where American Airlines does not fly. I know, I get it. But I think for just the sake of keeping things moving and all of that, I'm going to try and just keep things simplified as possible. And let's just pretend like we have our own little charter American 777. How about that? So, all right, so we're going to taxi off to the right here. Our gate is just up ahead. We see that British Airways off to our left right there. We're going to be parking right next to him. And with that, we're going to be coming to an end here for episode 1. Episode 2 will be posting here in just a few weeks. And we're looking to have about 1 episode per month. This first month we're going to get 2 episodes out, kind of get things going, get things started. And then we'll, every month of this year of 2026, I plan to be releasing another video. So stay tuned to the channel for more information. And we also have on the channel on arrivals posting every few days, shorts posting every few days. And so lots coming to the channel, and hopefully even more series will be on the horizon. So we're just gonna go ahead and get taxied in here. We almost just ran over that guy. Okay. I love how the X-plane airports are alive, but boy, they do not wait for you. They will cut you off. These guys have a place to be. Look at this guy. Okay, well, he's gonna stop at least. All right, well, I would hope so for a 777, right? But they are on a schedule and they stick to it. So props to them. But OSHA would have a heyday at these airports in real life. So all right, so let's just get taxied in here. Get all nice and lined up. This is where I need a marshaller to kind of help me out. We're gonna cheat and just do this from the outside. And we'll hit the park brake there. All right, we'll go down, park brake. And we'll go over to engine number 2 and engine number 1. We'll spool those down. And ladies and gentlemen, we are down in LA at the gate, ready for our next destination.
Please offload the catering.
All right, friends, and with that, that concludes episode 1, leg 1 of Around the Globe 2026. This is where we leave each other right now, but we will be back together here soon as we will board our next plane for Sydney, Australia. This next flight will be the longest flight in my simming career, and it'll be the longest flight on our journey around the globe. So I hope to see you there for next time, and until then, take care. We'll see you then.